Cheto darpanam marjanam, bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam, sraya kairava chandrikam vitaranam, vidyavadhu jivanam, anandam buddhi vardhanam, pratipadang purnamrita swadanam, sarvatma snapanam, parang vijayate, Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. In this age of Kali, the age of quarrel and confusion, the recommended process of God realization, self-realization, the main item of religion is known as Sankirtan. Kirtan, complete, full. And Kirtan means glorification, singing, speaking, describing the absolute truth, the Supreme Lord. This is the recommended process for this age of Kali. In the golden age, Satya Yuga, the recommended process was meditation on Krishna within the heart. In the next age, Treta Yuga, the recommended process was that of ritualistic sacrifice, homa, yajna. And in the next age, Dwarapa Yuga, the recommended process was that of elaborate deity worship. Very elaborate, very costly, gorgeous worship of Sri Murti, the manifestation of God in the Vigraha, made out of wood or stone or metal or jewels, even sand, rocks. But in this age of Kali, Kaler Dosha Nide Rajan, this age of Kali is the worst of the 4 ages. Each age, starting with Satya, Satya had no vice, no sin. The people were mentally very elevated and basically interested in spiritual evolution. But in the Treta Yuga, materialistic, fruitive activities were introduced. And so the piety was reduced by 1/4. Then in the Dwarapa Yuga, the situation became 50% pious, 50% impious. But now in this age of Kali, and this age of Kali began 5,000 years ago with the disappearance of Lord Sri Krishna from this planet. The age of Kali is 3/4 bad, only 1/4 good. But the Srimad Bhagavatam points out that day by day, that 1/4 good of Kali Yuga is dwindling, 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 step by step, day by day, imperceptibly. So Shukadeva Goswami, at the end of his instructions to Maharaj Parikshit, Kaler Dosha Nide Rajan, my dear king, this Kali Yuga is an ocean of dosha, bad, faulty things. Wave after wave, after wave, after wave. Bad news, bad things. Asti hi eko mahan guna. But my dear king, there is one good thing, only one good thing when it comes to the age of Kali. Only one. Asti hi. Certainly. Asti hi eka. Only one thing. Mahaguna, great quality. What is that? Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. This is the key line. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. Eva, certainly, must. Kirtanad, of or by or the kirtan. The kirtan and then the key word, Krishnasya. Shukadev could have used many words, but he specifically stated Krishnasya, the genitive case in Sanskrit, of Krishna, the kirtan of Krishna. Now in Kali Yuga, so many kirtans have been introduced, but according to Shukadeva Goswami, the recommended kirtan, Krishna kirtan. And as I said, kirtan means singing or speaking or describing or glorifying about Krishna. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. And what does he say in the last line? Mukta Sangha Parang Vrajet. Mukta Sangha. You become free from all material association. Mukta. You become free from all material contamination, all material impiety, all sinful life. Mukta Sangha. And then Parang Vrajet. Vrajet. You will go Param, to the transcendental abode. This is the result of Krishna Kirtan. You don't take birth again in this material world, but you go to the abode of Krishna, Param. Same thing Krishna says at the end of Bhagavad Gita. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvang sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. Krishna's ultimate instruction in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. After hearing all the items that Krishna spoke in chapters 2 through 18, Krishna's ultimate instruction, always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, bow down and offer your veneration, your homage, your obeisances unto me. Become my devotee. Then he says, give up all other things which you think are religion. Give up all of them. Simply surrender. Mam ekam. Take shelter of me exclusively. Exclusively take shelter of me. Aham tvang sarva papebhyo. Krishna says, I will deliver you, mokshayishami, in the future tense. I will give you this moksha, this liberation. Aham tvam. And then he says, ma shucha. Do this immediately. Don't hesitate. Don't doubt. Don't worry. Don't fear. Do these things. Surrender to me. Become my devotee. Elsewhere in the Bhagavad Gita, in a similar vein, because we talked about Shukadev, he said to Parikshit, you do this Krishna Kirtan, Parang Vrajet. You will go to the transcendental abode. In the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvata tyakva dehang punar janma naiti ma meti sorajuna. My dear Arjuna, if you understand my birth, which is transcendental, if you understand my activities, which are also transcendental, meaning they are not material, they are not subject to sin or piety, they're transcendental. If you can understand the transcendental nature of my so-called birth and activities as I displayed, which we can read about in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. If one can factually understand Krishna's birth and activities, tyakva dehang purnar janma naiti mameti, you will not come back to this material world when you die, but you will go to my abode, the abode of Krishna. So here today, we are going to hear about Krishna. We're going to hear from the Ishopanishad or Isha Upanishad. So before we continue, my good friend, my favorite Bengali, will now sing something very sweet for us, because he has a very sweet voice and expert harmonium.